Hello guys and welcome back to another UCL Fantasy video. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different and I call this the best team for the round of 16. I know that it's not a concept that I created videos on because I was always preparing a team for the week that is going up ahead. But a lot of you are still having a wild card and possibly a limitless chip. So I decided to create a team for you only for the round of 16. That would mean that after that, in the round of 16, if something goes wrong here, probably it will not go as wrong as everyone thinks. But at the end of the day, if some of the favorites go out, you just take them away. For example, I'll focus on teams that have really okay fixtures, and then I will be probably looking away at some fixtures that I like. Possibly it will look a lot like the team that I already have set up, but at the end of the day, I will showcase to you some players that you can select safely for your team. First of all, we are going to talk about the weekend fixtures and how all the teams did in the respective leagues, and then I'm going to present to you the best team for the upcoming Matchday 11. If you want to support me and show your appreciation for the content that I create, you can subscribe to the channel. It's completely for free, and you're helping me reaching that goal. I want to reach for the deadline for this match day, but I know that you make everything possible. So let's see if we can annihilate those 126 and go from there to the future and the sky. So here are the games that happened during the weekend. We're going to talk about several of them. Of course, some teams won, sometimes some teams didn't. Happily, most of the teams participating here did all right. There was only one major injury that happened, and it was Marco from Inter. He went around the 50th minute with a small injury. I don't know what's the extent of it, so I'm not going to do anything about that at the moment, and I'm not selecting him. So going with Real Betis versus Real Madrid, I was quite surprised to see Real lose, but they tend to do that. I don't know why, but yeah, they were just not far, and I think they have been struggling. But at the end of the day, didn't. Atletico Madrid versus Athletic Club of hard-won victory versus the Athletic Club, but Alvarez scored no major injuries there. Napoli Inter 1-1. It was not the best game from Inter Milan, but they scored a good free kick, and at the 86th minute they got equalized. So yeah, it's not the end of the world. Pauli versus Dortmund 2-0 to Dortmund. Gracia and Adeyemi were in the goal scorers, so I'll be looking probably to target several Dortmund players. You're going to ask why, but I think that they are going to have an okay fixture against Lille, who got annihilated by PSG, by the way, 4-1. That was not beautiful. PSG are playing out of their minds at the moment, and I feel like this will be a lot of goals scored from the, the PSG and Liverpool. Sure, but only time will tell. I have not included teams like Liverpool, Benfica, Barcelona, Arsenal, and I think that's it. Yeah, we're missing 5 teams, I believe here, but Lille is one of them, as PSG and faced off against each other. But yeah, Barcelona haven't played yet. Arsenal and Liverpool were out of the FA Cup. They didn't get a fixture this weekend, and the Benfica fixture has been postponed, so they would have the time to prepare for clash with Barcelona. Continuing Frankfurt and Leverkusen. Leverkusen easily, and it was some goal involvements by their fullbacks. Then we go to Eagles versus PSV. Here I was a lot surprised to see that PSV lost, especially when they got the 2-1 lead. But yeah, probably they were preparing for UCL also, but I think that's going to be hard versus so either way. Then we have Feyenoord versus Neck. Again, the Dutch team has been struggling, so 0-0 with focus on UCL. Bayern went down 1-0, but they managed to turn it around. Still, a fixture with Bayer Leverkusen feels hard, but no major is there. Again, versus Bruges. Bruges didn't perform really well, but yeah, full focus on UCL. As you can see, PSV, Feyenoord, and Bruges are all targeting the UCL by the looks of it. From Real Madrid is targeting the UCL. Aston Villa defeated Cardiff in the FA Cup. I don't think talk much about it, but yeah, it's like some of the teams really want to target the users and the Dutch teams and Belgium team. Now let's go and see the fixtures, how they look, and what can we do about them, and decide which target and which teams we can avoid from selecting. So here are the fixtures for the UCL. We start with Bruges versus Aston Villa. We will know the lineup, so we will know which exact players from Villa probably to select. I got them as the heavy favorites, and I think it's going to show itself. Then PSV versus Arsenal. I got Arsenal here as the heavy favorites, especially with the defensive performances. Dortmund, Lille, I don't know why, but I back up Dortmund a lot in that fixture, and I think that they will get away with it. Real Madrid versus Atleti is a game that is going to be quite difficult, but at least one player from that game is needed. It's going to be a Real player as this UCL and Real. Then we go to Feyenoord versus Inter Milan. Here I see myself risking it a little bit, but you have to wait in a second to see. Benfica Barcelona. I think both teams will score, so I will probably avoid any of their defenders. I got a Barcelona defender in my team, the Rio team, because I think they go through, and then I'll have him set up for the future, but I might just go away from it. So, but that's a topic for when I showcase my Rio team. This is only with for those having wildcards still available, because I think the best time to use the round of 16. Then we go to PSG versus Liverpool. Honestly, it's also hard to predict that fixture, but attackers from both teams present, and Bayern Munich versus Leverkusen. I think I would avoid massively this fixture, bar one player. You'll see it in a second. But yeah, that's it for now. Let's go and see step by step how I plan to approach this week and what I plan to do with my specific. Starting in goal, I don't think I'm surprising a lot of people by going with Raya and the Inter Milan keeper. I know that most of you will think that Zomer is their keeper, but Zomer is injured and he will miss out the first fixture for sure. And he's a very, very big doubt for the second one. This means that Martinez, not the Villa one, the Inter one, will be the starter in goal. Inter are still one of the best defenses in the world, so backing their goalkeeper seems like a no-brainer to me, especially if you're on a wild card and you will be able to bring Jan Zomer when they proceed to the next round. I think that is a beautiful thing for those on a wild card before the quarterfinals, and it will not be wasteful in any sense or form for your team. Then moving into David Raya, I think that both teams facing the Dutch teams, I think they will win it. I know that currently it is away fixtures for both of them, but after that is a home fixture run, and I still believe that Raya and Martinez are good options. You can go out here and pick Kobel. I know that he is a good shout out, and he plays on a different day with Inter only on round of 16. Then they will be on the same day, but still I prefer other Dortmund defenders. You see that in a second. But for now, I think Raya and the Inter goalkeeper Martinez is an option. Of course, I see several people okay with going with Emi Martinez, but I don't quite fancy it. And I think that Martinez from Inter and Raya should be either on your best team for that match day or either in your Rio team if you don't have any chips, because I think they're the best defenses left currently with the fixture that they have. Possibly after that you can improve too. Alisson, you can improve several people, but against PSG, no way. So here is the defense for the upcoming week. As you can see, 3 of the players are already into my squad, being Gabriel, Grimaldo, and De Vrij. I really do think that those 3 defenders are essentials for your squads, because they are always starting, especially Gabriel and Grimaldo in the hard fixtures. De Vrij, you can see somehow-ish benched, but I don't think that this is going to be the case in the Champions League. Let's start with Gabriel. So Gabriel faces PSV. We have a double up in that defense, and I feel pretty confident with it. They are good, solid defensive side that cannot score goals, but they for sure can keep some clean sheets, and them being able to keep clean sheets is all you need for in the upcoming fixture. Then you're going to say why you don't go for a third player from their team, because they don't have attacking wise defenders. Yes, you can argue Timber, Swash, Ben White it is, but I'm not going to be able to nail down who is going to play. So for now, it's going to be 2 players there. Grimaldo is the only player that I will be targeting from the Bayern Munich Bayer Leverkusen game. I really do think that Wirtz is important, but that's not the fixture to get him, in my opinion. He has not been the best form of himself against Bayern Munich in recency. But yeah, let's talk about Grimaldo. He will play like a left winger. I could have gone with Frimpong or Grimaldo. Both of them will be left and right wing respectfully. They are either going to play with 4-2-3-1 with Grimaldo and Frimpong being on both wings, or they're going to play 3-5, a 3-4-3 with Grimaldo and Frimpong overlapping. So it's a little bit of a dilemma to see, but in hard games, they tend to go with Grimaldo and Frimpong as the most attacking wingers in their sides, and I really do think that they are going to be good. I don't rate Bayern Munich at that moment. I don't know what's happening with them. I know who knows will agree with me, but it's just not for me at the moment. De Vrij, the defender that I will get, as I think that they have a really good fixture for them, and that's a double up in the Inter defense. But you say, okay, but I see a third player. I'm going to get to that. So De Vrij, center back, a lot of ball recoveries. He has an attacking threat via set pieces, and he's ever present in that defense. If you are not on a wildcard strategy for the quarterfinals, I would suggest De Vrij being the best defender. But if you have a wildcard, of course, you can opt here for a cheeky pick. That's basically the hardest sport to pick. The others pick themselves easily. But at the end of the day, De Vrij, I think it's a real top contender either way. Then moving into Dumfries, the third Inter Milan defender. I know that I'm basically of their team here, but at the end of the day, I would suggest that they are the easiest fixture with the best defense, and Dumfries is attacking as hell. Yes, he's rotatable, but I think for those Feyenoord fixtures with DeMarco possibly out, I don't think Dumfries will suffer. You're going to say, but they don't play on the same position, but they have pretty much the same coverage being Pavard, so I would say that Dumfries is going to play, and there is nothing like taking a little bit of a risk on a Dumfries pick who has been clinical and has been playing really well for Inter Milan this season. I would say that this is a place where a lot of improvements can happen in the future, but if you're on a wildcard strategy, I don't see why you should be not attacking the best fixture, and that's for me Inter Milan versus Feyenoord. That Inter defense is something scary, and I feel quite threatened going only with two players. The final player here is Ben Sebaini. I would suggest him or Schotterbeck are the two best options, but I had a viewer recommend to me Ben Sebaini, and I just see that he returned from a small injury, and now he's back up to full speed. He's attacking like hell. He attacks every situation. In game week and match day 6 and 8, he scored double-digit goals, and I think against Lille, if any defender is involved, that's going to be Ben Sebaini. Of course, I'm not sure that he played against Sporting, but even without it, I think he was hurt. I try to remember everything, but it doesn't work out every time. But yeah, now him back, I think that you can attack the future. That's only two center backs in the list here, which might feel a little bit low on numbers, as I prefer to have center backs. But at the end of the day, I would argue that this is what you aim for if you go for a best team. Flying wingbacks that attack an okay fixture. You are probably going to say Lille are not an easy treat, but they have not been in form while Dortmund has been grinding. So I think Dortmund are heavy favorites there. Now let's go and see the midfield because I'm a little bit lost there, but we'll talk in a second about it. Going into midfield, I only make one change from my regular team because I really do believe that a very good midfield, and regardless if I'm on a wild card strategy or not, I would not want to go without some of their players. Dembele stands out, of course, as a very good option. He plays forward for PSG. Yeah, in the weekend he played right wing, but against Liverpool, I really do believe that he will be utilized as a striker. I don't think that Ramos is going to make the starting team, and I really do believe that Dembele is going to have an okay fixture against Liverpool. I will not say easy, but Liverpool are susceptible to defenses, and that's why I'm going in direction. Adding Kvaratskhelia to that list, I know it's a little bit counterintuitive, but I wanted to include him because if he starts, and I think he starts after him being rested in the league, will be against Trent. And I know the weakness of Liverpool as a Liverpool fan is Trent's defending. Of course, it has been shown in a lot of fixtures, but I think that a guy with the skill set of Kvaratskhelia against Trent is going to be very scary. I know that this seems like a stupid double up on two players against Liverpool, but Dembele is not a negotiable option. And Kvaratskhelia against Trent is a really scary thing in my opinion. I know it's a double PSG versus single Liverpool, but at the end of the day, we try to pick players for the fixtures. They play at home the first one, so if nothing is going okay, you can transfer him out for the second one in Anfield. So you're okay in that sense. I know that this seems uh, not very good from a standing point from a Liverpool fan, but I try to be realistic. And when I see a flashy left winger with a very high potential against Trent, I'm a little bit scared, to be honest. And if they don't have the proper support, because Vitinha and even if Ruiz plays or whoever plays in that midfield is going to be hard for Liverpool to handle. So it's not going to be that easy to have support always for Trent, as Dembele is there. Barcola will play on the right. If Barcola starts and Kvaratskhelia doesn't, it will be Barcola on the left. So I'm quite hesitant between Barcola and Kvaratskhelia, but I really do believe it's going to be Kvaratskhelia. So that's why I'm selecting him. Moving into Mohamed Salah as a Liverpool fan, and with the way that he has been playing, I'm not going to go against him. He plays against PSG away, but on the counter, Liverpool are just a different breed, and I think they managed to get a result. It's going to be through Mohamed Salah, so I'm going to pick Salah no matter what, even if that's best team or current team or even until the end of the season. Salah is in because he's in the contention of the Ballon d'Or, and he'll be playing like a man born. Then moving into Rafinha versus Benfica, I think that you cannot start without Rafi. I think that he will be my only player against Benfica from Barcelona's perspective. I know that this is quite risky, but I really like how Rafinha is playing and how he's doing. So Rafinha is in second place for me for the Ballon d'Or. Guy is just amazing. I don't know if he's fit. You may be watching this and someone gets an injury because I'm recording before the Barcelona game. But tomorrow you have the full details going into the tournament, and we'll know if when every team has played, and the only team left to play is Barcelona. I'm quite surprised that they did not play on Saturday, but they play early Sunday, so it's going okay. Morgan Rogers, I see a lot of people avoiding him, and that's understandable, but he just got a rest in the FA Cup. That's a rest for him that hasn't happened in a while. Asensio is an option here, of course, but if you do believe that Asensio starts and plays every minute, because Morgan Rogers will do, and there is one rule: if your players play more minutes, he is in higher chance of scoring more points. Captain Obvious, you would say. But yeah, that's the truth. And Morgan Rogers, I think it's okay. Asensio is an option here, a second Dortmund, another Dortmund attacker, because you know that I will be returning Girassi, but I think that I'm not going to believe that much on Dortmund. Adeyemi has been informed, Gittens has been okay, but I want to have some diversification, and Leo may turn out to be good, so I don't want to have so many eggs in one basket where the players are not even creative. And so, yeah, some of you think that Bruges will defeat Pua, but yet, so I'm not going to speculate about bringing any Bruges. Going into the forward line, here I had the biggest dilemma ever. Like, literally, I couldn't pick three guys. Okay, let's say the two guys, because Gerassi is pretty nailed on. He's the Borussia pen taker. He's the highest scoring player in the fantasy at the moment, and he has been scoring for fun for 9 match days in a row, and he only missed a pen in match day 10, so that's forgiven when it didn't matter. But now against Lille, he has been in a pretty hot form, scoring 5 in the last 2 games. So yeah, without Girassi, it's not going to happen. Then we move to Real Madrid. And I would say here that it's pretty close between Vini and Mbappe. Vini has not been himself. Mbappe has been improving. And at the end of the day, I might go for Mbappe. But yeah, last time I said that I will not go Mbappe over Vini. And now I'm going to do it again. Am I going to suffer? Probably. Do I care that much? Probably not. Because I think that both of them will be okayish. I look forward when building the team. If Real Madrid go through, they will face a team like Arsenal, let's say, and that team has Ben White and Timber in defense. I don't think they're handling Vini. Then they, let's say, face Liverpool or PSG or even Aston Villa. Only guy that can keep up with them is Hakimi, and am I certain that that's going to happen? Possibly not. Of course, I have transfers. I can always switch when the time comes, but yeah, I might just go Mbappe and stop making any assumptions. And the last spot, if it was not for a best team, it would have not been probably Martinez, because I don't know if he's as nailed in UCL. They tend to rotate their strikers. And here I might go for an Atletico player or Pavlidis, because they're that good. Griezmann and Tavares and Pavlidis are my other options. But when I'm going against Feyenoord, I cannot build a team without Lisandro. Yes, the guys that I mentioned, Griezmann, Pavlidis, and Martinez, are three of them are on penalties, and that would make 4 Inter players for the upcoming fixture. I know that this is against my diversification rule, but when it's a best team, I'm trying to pick the best team. So yeah, I would say that I will probably go Mbappe. Let's be real. So removing him and picking Mbappe. Sorry. Yeah, I did live. So yeah, for now, let's see if Mbappe stays here. If not, whatever happens, whatever comes, whatever goes, probably Mbappe will be in the better form and in the better mindset, as Vin has been receiving KO cards, has been suspended several times, and I don't like his behavior at all. But yeah, Martinez spot is still volatile. I can go Leva as well. I don't know what to do. So yeah, that spot is going to be the final straw, I think, for my team. But for now, I think that this suits like a very, very good base team. If you're not on if you're on a wildcard strategy in the quarters, I'll be in the shapes of those. Yeah, write down in the comment section what do you believe uh if and what will happen with it, because I and do well, and then you can easily switch players that are out, for example, like PSG or Liverpool, if Inter by any chance goes out. So yeah, I think that's a good foundation. Just leave a comment and what you think about it. As per usual, we are doing the appreciation section of the members of the channel. I don't know if guys are still watching here, but if you are, please drop a subscribe and drop a like and mention that you're still watching this, because it's pretty important for me. But I'm not going to stop giving shout outs to the members. Seth, Florin, Zach, Oscar, Kauser, and him. Thanks so much for spending your own earned money for supporting my channel. This means the world to me. I know that this list hasn't changed, but I'm very, very grateful for everyone that is still contributing to it. Thanks so much. Thank you for watching. If you cannot afford or don't want to waste money on me, please click subscribe. It's completely for free. Leave down a comment, like the video. That's very important to pop up in the algorithms. And join the league. Don't forget, there is the league code, and you can just go for it. And there is a direct link in the description. You can do all that. I have a Discord. I have a lot of stuff. Thanks so much for watching. But for now, bye.